Happy Monday, Antelope Valley. I hope everyone's doing well and that you had a nice weekend. It is June 29th, 2026. I'm Mark Troth, broker and co-owner of Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices Troth Realtors, with this week's edition of the Antelope Valley Real Estate Market Update, where week in and week out, we take a look at exactly what's going on in our local real estate market. Feel it's important that residents, potential buyers, and sellers have a trusted local resource to go to and follow along with to see exactly what's going on in our local real estate market. Our statistics here in the Antelope Valley often get lumped in with Greater Los Angeles County, Southern California, and our market is definitely unique to itself here in the Antelope Valley. Before we take a look at this week's statistics, I also like to point out that they are courtesy of the Greater Antelope Valley Association of Realtors MLS system. So where are we as we hit the last Monday in June, the next to last day of the second quarter, and on into July and August, and hopefully a strong market with good activity. We start our active listings had actually dropped underneath the 1,000 down to 993. And we'll kind of get into that reason why here in a moment. That's down 1.9% from last week when we started at 1,012. Pending listings, third or fourth jump in a row up to 477 from 451 last week. That's a nice 5.8% increase. Week over week look for the week of June 22nd through the 28th. Like I said, new listings coming on the market down a little bit. 86. Last week we were at 90, so that's 4.4% decrease. Median list price 490,000, up 1.4% from the week prior. And then second week in a row where we've had a double-digit increase in the number of properties going into escrow, what we've referred to as pending, going under contract. Up 11.5% to 87 last week from 78 the week prior. Median number of days on the market for those 87 listings was 30. That's an increase of 6 days from the week prior. Obviously, what buyers are having a look at doing, maybe checking out those properties that have been on the market at that month or plus time period. And perhaps there's also been some price adjustments on some of those properties going into escrow. Listings sold took a nice little jump last week, as I thought it would, up 21.7%, 57 closings reported through the local MLS system, up from 46 the week prior, and the median sales price 475, up 3.7%. Our absorption rate, just a quick explanation on absorption rate. If you were to take that 993 listings at the top of the page and divided by the closings over the last 30 days, that was 279. It would mean that it would take just a tick over 3.5 months for those 993 listings to go into escrow, get sold. And what's that a reflection of is that anytime you're 3 months or lower, you're definitely in a seller's market. The lower that number goes, the stronger the seller's market. In between 3 to 6 months, you're in a balanced market, which I would still describe us as being in right now here in the Antelope Valley. Anytime you crest 6 months or more, you're definitely in a buyer's market, likely to see some pretty good downward pressure on prices, as well as sellers having to give some pretty good concessions. Right now, we're probably seeing a little over half of our transactions with seller concessions towards closing costs and that type of thing. So that absorption rate of 3.6 is holding true to somewhat of a balanced market. I've also been reporting on the absorption rate for properties 600,000 or more. People have been asking what is the higher end market in the Antelope Valley doing. And right now there's 277 listings in the Antelope Valley MLS system. And there's 58 closings in the last day. So that absorption rate is 4.8, right in the middle of that balanced market, if you will. And that's about the same as it was last week. And so I'm kind of expecting perhaps this month, or excuse me, this week with 4th of July hitting Saturday, might be a little bit of a quiet week. We may see these statistics dip as we do this update next Monday, but you never know. There seems to be I don't want to call it urgency amongst buyers, but buyers are definitely out there kicking the tires. And if something's right, they're not hesitating to put pen to paper and make an offer and try to make a deal happen, is evidenced by our second week in a row with a double-digit increase in pendings. So with that, we'll go ahead and call it a wrap for the June 29th, last Monday in June, Antelope Valley Real Estate Market Update. But as always, if there's any statistics, market information that you'd like, by all means, please feel free to reach out to myself or any of our other trusted real estate agents, realtors here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Troth Realtors, where we've proudly been serving the Antelope Valley's real estate market since 1957. All right, everybody, take care. Make it a great week. Have a very safe and fun 4th of July this upcoming Saturday, and we will talk with you next Monday. All righty. Bye-bye.